For number 12, we're asked to find the x-intercepts of this quadratic. Well, the first thing you need to do if you're trying to find the x-intercepts is set the equation equal to 0, because for x-intercepts, the y-coordinate is always 0. So after you set it equal to 0, your next goal on the right-hand side is to factor. If you can't factor this to find the solutions, or x-intercepts, you'd have to apply the quadratic formula. So looking at my right-hand side, it looks like I have two terms. Going down my list of methods, I would choose method number 1, GCF. So I'm looking for the biggest number that divides 14 and 21. That would be 7. And looking at the variables, how many do they share at most? The smallest exponent is 1. So my greatest common factor is 7x. What's left on the inside, I just ask myself, 7x times what would get me back to 14x squared? Well, that would be 2x. Bring down the subtraction sign. And then if you were distributing, you would ask yourself, 7x times what would get me back to 21x? And that would be a 3. So now that we factored our right-hand side, the next step is to apply the zero product property, which says if you're multiplying two quantities together, here's the first quantity and here's the second, and your answer is 0, then either that first one, the 7x, has to be equal to 0, or the second one, the 2x minus 3, has to be equal to 0. Once you solve each equation, you have your two solutions. So for the first equation, in order to get x alone, I have a 7 attached through multiplication, so the inverse would be divide both sides by 7. So I have x equals 0 divided by any number is still 0. For my second equation, in order to get x alone, I need to move what's not attached to the variable first, so that would be adding the 3 to both sides. So I have 2x is equal to 3. One more step in order to get the x alone. There's a 2 attached through multiplication, so the inverse is divide. So my two solutions are x equals 0 and x equals 3/2.